All right, so I'm with William right now. He is the CEO and founder, I think, right, of Dreamcase.
Yeah.
And we've known about Dreamcase for a while now because we've used your first generation Dreamcases in the Model S.
Yes.
And now you've got a new Dreamcase coming out for the Model 3. It's out, actually.
It's out, and it's for the Model X as well, and also about 150 other cars.
Okay.
So.
So not just the Teslas. You can use it in many cars.
You can use it in many cars, yeah.
Okay, so before I got the Dreamcase, I want to be honest. I was like, I'm not sure how I would use this product. Jesse, on the other hand, was like, I know exactly how I'm going to use this product. So he was already like in the mindset. So when we first got it and we laid it out or whatever, that's when I got it. Like I know it seems weird because of course it's a bed.
Yeah.
But until you use it, I don't think a lot of people see its value.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's the classic sleeping in the car. Why would you sleep in your car? But as I developed or invented this idea and this product, it started off with the Tesla Model S, and I realized that it's like a sleeping pod on wheels. That was my moment where I thought like this is like I kind of had this I don't know, this Apple moment where it was like, wow, this really turns the Tesla into a sleeping pod on wheels with all the technology that goes with it. And then I was thinking, with all the technology in the future that will go with it as well. Mm-hmm. And I was like, that's it. So what I did is that I had my little homemade setup in my car, and I did all over Europe. I traveled so many places, and just had the experience of traveling that I felt not many people had. Mm-hmm. It was a thing back then. Maybe on Bjørn Nyland's channel, he was sometimes sleeping in his car out of desperation for transport deliveries or what have you. But I did it in a very different way. I went to amazing locations all over Europe. One day when I was sleeping on top of the mountain above Monaco after a night out where I snuck into the club where Prince Albert lives, where he hangs out. Okay. I checked up on that, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna try to sneak in there and see what's happening. It was boring. It was really boring. Really? But it was an amazing night with lots of fun, and it ended up with all the rich guys. They going to their 25,000 euros a night apartments. We all said good night, you know. They lost $500,000 on the roulette table. They kicked the table. It was like a really show of a night. Mm-hmm. And I just drove up on the radio mast. It was 7 a.m. I watched the sun come up, and that's when I decided that I'm gonna try to make a product that like makes the smallest bed go into like a suitcase design, and I'm gonna solve all of these issues. And that will be a really great product that I think many people would like to have. So many people would like to have this experience. This will be something entirely new, a new way of traveling. And then I also deemed to me all the traffic safety improvements to that. I started checking out the statistics on traffic accidents due to sleepy drivers, and I was shocked to see that those numbers are incredibly high. Oh, really? And there are gray numbers as well. Yeah, according to what I found, it's like every year there's about 800,000 sleep-related accidents in the world.
You were finding out that people are getting sleepy, and this product solves that problem?
Yeah, absolutely. If you can bring along a small, convenient bed inside a suitcase-sized package, that would be an excellent product to solve those things, and you can also make amazing journeys all over.
Now, when I first heard about the product and I heard about the fact that it could help you to, get a little nap in the car, I was like, yeah, but that's so much work to unpack it and stuff. I didn't realize that your product, you can put it into like a half mode. What do you call that mode?
Yeah, we call it quick pack mode, and it lets you fold the mattress like it's half built in the platform bed. It's a platform bed, and it's kind of half folded back, so you can make a bed in like 30 seconds. You can just roll it out.
So, I mean, what we started trying it was at a supercharger. You're there for 20 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour. And yeah, you can get a quick nap, no problem.
Absolutely.
And by the time you get to that supercharger, you're kind of tired. You've been driving for a couple hours at least, maybe 3 or 4.
Yeah.
So you're ready for a little nap.
Yeah, it's great, and you can also just lie back and stretch your legs. It's good for the flow, circulation in your body. Just lie back, and grab your phone, do some emailing or whatever you like to do. Read a book.
Now, when you go to a location like you're talking about in Monaco, I think a lot of people who are listening to this may not fully understand what you can do in a Tesla. You can put it into camper mode, which is totally different than most ICE cars, or I think any ICE car.
Yes. Yeah, well, for Dreamcase, that's a game changer. That keeps the aircon on all night long, and so in cold weather, hot weather, so we've been testing it. It works perfectly. Been testing it in -20, and it doesn't take so much away from the capacity of the battery. My experience is 20 to 45 kilometers, but depending on weather and fan speed. Most people maybe put the fan speed a little bit too high. You only need to actually have it at 2, maybe.
Because it's nice to have it cool in a car at night anyway.
Yeah.
And that's, I mean, if you tried this in an ICE car, you would either have to run the car all night, which could kill you, or definitely would just not be a good feeling. But also, if you shut off the car and it's a cold night, you're going to wake up a popsicle.
Yeah, exactly.
And so, I mean, this solves that problem, because put this Dreamcase into a Tesla or electric car, and you can now have a comfortable night anywhere.
Yeah. So it gives a new perspective of your car that you spend a lot of money on, that has a lot of technology, that is awesome, and it just gives a whole different direction of what you can do with that car. It's not just the car anymore.
Now, a lot of people, I think, say to themselves, well, I can just buy an inflatable mattress or a foam thing or whatever, throw it in the back. Yeah. And what I like about the Dreamcase is it doesn't, if you do that, that's fine, but it looks like a big mess in the back of your car. Like, there's no way to make that look nice. Whereas with Dreamcase, it looks so sick in the back of the car.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, well, we worked hard on the design. And as a company, we really focus on durability. We want to make a product that lasts for years. We don't like this use and throw away culture of production. So we really try to make a sturdy product and make it look awesome and comfortable. So that's what it's about, yeah.
We had our buddy Jeff, who's 6'7". I don't know what that is in meters, but it's well over 2 meters.
Yeah.
And he was able to stretch out in the back of the Model 3, no problem.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So a lot of people, I don't think, understand that the Model 3 is actually a roomy car.
Yeah, it is. You can be over 2 meters long, and you can just move the whole system up, like the whole mattress and the support front structure, and just put it into the position you need. So, and we also, with the next gen that we're releasing, coming out now, and which we are already shipping, you have more adjustability.
That's cool. Now, another nice feature in Teslas, many of them, almost all of them, especially the Model 3, is the glass roof.
Yeah.
You're laying there at night, maybe looking out the stars, and you feel like you're part of nature.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great way to get out into nature and do things that you didn't think you would do. Also for people who kind of don't see themselves going out in a tent. Well, now your Tesla is a €100,000 technological marvel of a tent.
Yes.
It's the best tent ever.
Yes.
So
yeah, because you can plug in like a little fridge slash
Sure.
ice box. You've got your music, your tunes,
Sure.
your lighting,
Yeah.
and that in itself is so different than a tent. Which, I mean, let's say you get bad weather, for instance, and it's raining out, and you got to set up a tent and get wet and blah blah blah. Like here, you're in your car.
Yeah, you're all dry.
And if things go wrong and you don't decide this is the spot for you, just zip, find some other spot.
Yeah, and then the infrastructure these days is so built up, so you will always find, hotels to just drop in by and do your things and get coffee, get all of the things you need through the infrastructure, but your car is this pod that you can just drive around. Hitting down the road in this with this gives you just great freedom feeling. If you go on a road trip through Europe or anywhere, you will have to plan where you're gonna be staying in the next. You got 16 hours since you woke up, basically, to be like, where do I be now? And with this, you can just be like, no, well, I'll figure it out.
That's a really good point, because as we've been traveling, I wish that we had less things planned, because you end up finding those amazing spots when you least expect it.
Exactly.
And that's when you go, you know what, let's just stay here tonight, but everything's booked. Okay, no problem. We'll just park over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's an app as well. It's called Park for Night,
Okay.
parkfornight.com. And it has, in Europe at least, it has thousands and thousands of places where to park. So it has this little icon of a tree. And on those you can see pictures of people are uploading new spots all the time.
So you can see if that is the spot you want.
Yeah, and it's really has tons of places, great places to camp out. So you can see where you're going before you're there, so you can plan ahead. So it's a 360 freedom tool, this, with your Tesla.
That's so nice. Yeah, you're right. I mean, changing the frame of mind, I don't think you feel it until you have one of these in the car. But
Yeah.
once we did, yeah, it totally made you feel like I can do anything I want right now.
Yeah, it's really empowering, eh? And absolutely. If it rains in France, you just go to Spain.
There you go. And that's the advantage that I want more people in Europe to know about, especially. I mean, in the United States, we can cross between states, no problem. You can do the same thing here in Europe. You don't take out your passport, you don't go through customs. Almost every country is just zip in, zip out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you drive everywhere you want to go. So.
Now, a buddy of ours used the Dreamcase with his son. They went in the United States to Koa, which is a brand of campgrounds. They're all over the United States. Do you have stuff like that in Europe where you can drive to like a campground where they have maybe showers and power for the car?
Oh yeah, no, they have hundreds of those. So that's a thing. And we're kind of breaking ice into kind of a new way of traveling, I think. We call it kind of like camping 2.0 because you can combine this with hotels and so you're not bound to be in the narrative of a camper. But you can also do that way. But you can also go this kind of more modern way where you're combining this with hotel stops. You know, you check out your phone, you find a nice place to stay, and then you do one night in the car, and you just got this. That is a totally different way to do it than to do this. We are camping in this caravan, and we're like staying at these campsites. We have to be there because that again, you have to be here, you have to be there. You need to plug.
And you need a lot of gear. So like if you're going to go camping, then you need to bring all the camp gear, which means that you're filling up your car with that.
Yeah,
Whereas doing it this way with the Dreamcase, when you're camping one night, you're not really camping, you're just sleeping.
Yeah, you're just sleeping and then you go.
Right, and then, like you said, nice that if you want a night where you're just going to be pampered at a nice hotel, you stop there for the night.
Yeah.
And that touches on an important point here. A lot of people will say, well, for the Model S and X, I can understand the Dreamcase, those are rich people. I've got a Model 3. But I guess what I would say to them is, the Dreamcase may not be as cheap as, buying a piece of foam, but within a couple uses, it pays for itself because those would have been times you would have had to have stayed at a hotel.
Yeah, exactly. And our experience is that our customers' feedback is that people who have a Dreamcase, they say that they use it so much. They didn't even plan that they're going to use it so much.
It's a value.
It's a value.
Yeah, it's something like you said, it's not one of these cheap things that's going to break. It's made to last. So you're going to use it for years to come.
Yeah, that's exactly so.
You're probably going to let your friend borrow it or something too, and they're, to show them how awesome it is.
Yeah, now that we standardized it, so now it also works in other cars. You can chuck it in there, so people can share it around. That's great too. And
now, what has been your journey making this product? Because I know you started about 3 years ago, right, working on it. And so what have you learned over the years in making this product? Because you've really been developing it. It's been getting more and more refined as you go.
Yeah, I mean, we learned a lot about production and about materials and about design. It's me and a guy called Jake. He works in Bavaria. He worked in Bavaria, and then I met him, and we grouped up, and we designed this together then. And we learned a lot of things. We have also many cool ideas for the future, and also new products that we will release for Dreamcase. So we're gonna continue what we're doing with the same mentality of making. We just want to make great products that people maybe don't think about, that are not so obvious.
Now, I've heard through the grapevine that Elon has experienced this, but we've had no proof yet. Have you had any photos or word that he's used it? Because he seems like just the guy who would love this thing. I can picture him and his kids like going for trips with it.
Yeah, I could. No, we gotten some word from some source that he has tried it and he likes it, and we also see that Tesla is very supportive of what we're doing. Featuring it in some commercial we saw, and so we know that they really support what we do.
That's great. That's great. Now, if someone's out there is interested in learning more about the product and getting the product, where can they go?
Dreamcase.eu.
Cool. And so it's available not just in the EU, right? You will ship to the US?
We ship worldwide. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
So
everywhere.
All right. So if you've got a Tesla, or you just said other vehicles as well.
Other vehicles as well, yeah. If it's a large SUV, hatchback, station wagon, it's most likely it will work.
Great. Well, thank you for your time and talking to me today. Really great bumping into you here in Cervinia in Italy.
Thanks, Zach.
Cool.
Well, now you know.
Thanks. Thanks so much for watching Now You Know. We work hard to bring you videos about things that we think you'll find useful, but we need to know from you what you want to see, so leave your comments below. Also, don't forget to go over to our Patreon page, where for as little as $1 a month, you can watch our Patreon bonus story every week on Tesla Time News. Thanks again. We'll see you soon.